Hey, I'm Ryan and I'm here. I'm going to talk about the Downclimb Jug. This is a fun new product that I actually had the privilege of working with the bouldering project crew with. And so the setters over at the project approached Escape and really laid out all their problems with their current downclimb holds. And so we worked with Tonde and Io and the rest of the crew there, and they kind of came up with this concept. So this is the end result. We went through lots of iterations, and this is what we ended up with. So if you've ever climbed at any of the bouldering projects, Seattle, Austin, or Minneapolis, you've definitely pulled and enjoyed this downclimb hold. This is their design, so you can't have it, but we took the same inside and all the features, and this is the Escape Downclimb Jug that we can, distribute to everyone. So this is the one that you can buy. A couple of the interesting aspects that make this different than other downclimbs on the market is what we call the hot dog lip. And so this is something that the crew spent a lot of time thinking about how big, how small, and really the size of this lip is so that as you're climbing, the intent is that if I'm reaching below, when I grab that lip, that it feels really positive. So versus just having a jug that comes in that feels good when you're pulling down on it, this one feels good as you're pulling down on it, but as you reach below you, you can actually pull up on it because there's a lip to grab and get some resistance on. The size is really thought out. I have really big hands, so this feels a little small to me, but it's really secure too. And we wanted it small because climbers, whether it's a kid or someone with a small hand, that the smaller that lip is, the more positive it's going to feel. And so that's kind of that balance between ergonomics and something that small hands are going to feel really secure on. The other part of it is you look at the design, it's really flat on top, and so this gives a really good surface. The dual texture doesn't come up super high, and it's just enough that you can get your foot on there, and it's really good foot as you're down climbing the route. We have the big dual texture, and there's an arrow in here, so as this gets chalked up, that arrow is going to show up. It's going to be really clear, and the dual texture just gives it an aesthetic that says like, hey, down climb route over here, arrow pointing down, and it should be really user-friendly and look really clean on the wall. The last feature, as you think about it, the reason we didn't go with just a handlebar works, it's something that's secure, but the leverage point on that can dig into the wall, and so we want a base that really tapers down because there's a lot of force on these, and it's just going to spread out the weight and not dig into the wall, and it's going to be something that holds up for a long time. A reason, let's just talk about why downclimb holds are really important for a gym, is there's a couple of things. For safety is huge. As you know, the taller your routes are and boulder problems are when you're falling from them, that's a big safety concern. So you want your climbers to be able to traverse over, find a downclimb route, and then get down to the ground safely. Something a lot of people don't think about is when people are falling over and over on the pads, and crash pads, and the flooring is one of the most expensive aspects of the gym. The more impacts in every hit costs the company money. It's either going to cost the money in wearing out the pads, or it's going to start breaking seams. And so as an investment standpoint, downclimbs are a no-brainer in the sense that every time you can get someone to climb down and not fall onto the padding, you're extending the life of your gym flooring. And so that's just a quick overview on some of the aspects on why this is a really user-friendly hold and why it makes sense to spend the amount of money and the investment into downclimb jugs, both from safety and the payoff long-term on saving your flooring.